Most of us think that childhood trauma is something dramatic, but it could be the small experiences, the uncomfortable experiences that we faced every single day. Being constantly compared with someone, or your parents were not available emotionally, or it could be the fear that you had constantly, or you were called a sensitive child and your emotions were being dismissed. These are also the experiences that shaped our emotional world today. Sometimes how we react today may not be from the trigger which happened now. So in this video, I want to help you understand the childhood trauma, the emotional responses, and how to heal your inner child. Stay with me till the end because the way that you see yourself is going to change. Do you know that we all have inner child? And most of us have lost touch with our inner child. So sometimes when there is a trigger, we start overreacting to it and later realize that why did I overreact? It may not be from now. It could be because your inner child is triggered. So you go back to that situation and start reacting that way. There are 4 trauma responses that we use as a survival skill. So those 4 are fight, flight, freeze and fawn. I will be explaining one by one. Understanding this help you understand the behavior that you show now. The first one is fight response. Maybe you're somebody who is very angry, controlling, defensive, and you want to make your way. You are somebody who's dominant. So this is because as a child, when you experience something, you tried surviving, you tried protecting yourself through these behaviors. The second response is flight response. That is, maybe you're someone who worry, who try to avoid the situation by overworking, by being over perfectionist, or you escape into screens, or somebody who's addicted to drugs. The third response is the freeze response. When you faced all these traumas, you became numb and you were stuck. So when you face a situation now, you're still in that toxic relationship, or you overthink, you are depressed, but you refuse to move on from there and you are unmotivated. The fourth response is the fawn response. That means as a child, you wanted to be called as a good child. You tried pleasing everybody. You could not say no to anybody. Today, you became a people pleaser. You just cannot say no to anybody. You sacrifice yourself. You are ignoring yourself to protect others. Now, when the situation is very small, you start reacting in a big way. If you missed watching my previous video where I spoke about my mother and some of my childhood stories, I would definitely recommend you to go back and watch after this video so that you can connect it really well. As a child, when I faced the childhood traumas, my reaction as an adult was a combination of fight and flight response. That means somebody who was dominant, who was always angry and controlling. At the same time, I would overwork. I would expect over perfection, and that was very much draining. But at one point, I realized that the responses that I make today is not my personality. That rooted from my childhood. When that awareness came, when I started working on myself, I could see a big change. Today, let's talk about those healing process. The first one is reparenting yourself. As a child, you were expecting few things from your parents, maybe that emotional safety or the physical safety. Today, your inner child is still longing for that. Now, as an adult, you have to reparent. That means you become the parent for your inner child. You have to talk to your inner child. For example, I would say to myself, saying that, little Indu, you are safe. What you faced in the past is not your mistake. And I would also give the physical care that I did not get when I was small. The second one is journaling. It's a very effective one. You have to start writing a letter to your inner child saying that, dear little me, you are safe now. No need to worry about what happened to you. And whatever you feel like talking or writing to your inner child, you can add on in a positive note. The third is grieving, the most important thing that I would say. People say that what happened in your past, you can just forget and move on. It's been so many years. But tell me honestly, is it possible to forget some bitter experiences that we had as a child? No. So today you can grieve over it, you can cry over it, but process it. Because when you process that right, it may not trigger the same reaction what you had earlier. You will start healing yourself in a much better way. You cannot suppress your feeling, and that is something fake. Process the emotion and try to come out of it, and that's the healthy way. The fourth one is boundaries. Set your boundaries. Say no wherever you feel uncomfortable. Stop over explaining things to others. Prioritize your safety first. This is not selfish. You need to take care of yourself. Then rewire your brain. Due to the past experiences, our brain has been responding to that negative emotions in a different way. But today, when you change the way that you respond, by say that you're somebody who's angry, then start responding in a much calmer way. Take some time, pause, and then start responding instead of reacting to your emotions. Or you're somebody who shows a freeze response where you're depressed, you're not motivated, just get up, start moving, start rethinking in a much positive way. That way your brain gets rewired. Sometimes all these experiences affect our sleep. We become so stressed. So you need to regulate by doing exercises, by surrounding yourself with healthy and positive people. Go for a nature walk or admire the nature around you. Restart the hobby that you once stopped. And self-care, which is the most important thing. You cannot pour from the empty cup. Your children are watching you. People around are watching you. You need to take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Spend some me time. You will see a positive change when you do all these. I want to tell you one truth. It is not going to be a breakthrough moment. The changes will happen over a period of time when you do all these regularly, every day, and being more consistent with it. It is all in your mind. Do you know why elephants, though they are very powerful, they are tied to a small rope? Because when this elephant was small, it was tied to a rope. The rope was so strong, when it tried pulling, when it tried to break open, it could not do it. So the days passed, the weeks passed, and finally the elephant loses a hope. It doesn't try to break open the rope. But now the elephant is so big, the biggest land animal cannot break that small rope, because in its mind it thought that I cannot break free. Are you someone who's stuck in that mindset thinking that you cannot break open? Let's break the rope today. I want to end this video by saying this and let it stay with you forever. You are not broken, you are injured, and injuries can be healed. This is not a life sentence. You deserve safety, love, and belonging. What happened in your past cannot define your future. And you know what? You're not just healing yourself, you're breaking the generational trauma so that our kids do not have to face the same situation. Yes, you survived through all these, and now it's time for you to thrive and be an inspiration.